And with this video, I'll announce my new online striper surf fishing course. You can learn more about the course at saltstrong.com/Skinner, and there'll be a significant discount if you go through that site. I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description. All right, we're actually going to start with the end of the day. I'm just back from Florida. Anxious to do a lot of fishing. I'm going to do a bunch of different things this day. I'm ending my day with a little bit of striper plugging. Yep, working a pencil through here, and well, let's watch this first fish of the season for me. Then we'll head out in the boat for porgies and fluke. Oh, son of a... All right, I made a few more casts with that plug, didn't get any action. So I decided to put the snook plug that I used down in Florida all winter. I was anxious to use this for bass right from the start. You know, this plug, actually, I bought these from the Saltwater Edge up in Rhode Island and was using them for snook, but they told me there that they're actually really good striper plugs, and I'm not at all surprised. So, all right, well, you know, definitely there's a fish hanging around in there, and it didn't respond to the pencil, so I'm going to throw the spook. And it's not actually a spook, it's a Rebel jumping minnow, but very similar in action. Yeah, and that online course that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I put a lot of work into that. I began last year shooting video just for the course, put a lot of new stuff in there. It is really comprehensive. I'm very proud of it. Hey, there's a full money back guarantee. If you don't like it, ask for your money back and you'll get your money back. So, all right. Come on, Mr. Snook. It works when I say that in Florida. Why not? And when I jump back earlier in the day to the porgy jigging, we're going to have some really nice underwater video as well. And as always, if you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. Oh my goodness. Not a snook, but I'll take them. Perfect. Amazing, this first cast with that, what I call a snook plug, got a striper. Nothing after that, though. That was it. All right, but my day started like this. Heading out for porgies. It's something I'd like to do like once a season, is go out and hit these Peconic porgies, because there's some really nice ones. Now, normally I like to do this in the first couple of days of May, but given the whole health crisis, I delayed my departure from Florida, so I'm a little bit late here. But the water's been cold, so yeah, it's going to work out anyway. And the water temperature for this is 55 degrees. All right, I've got some GPS marks on my unit, and I'm just shutting down a little bit updrift of those, and gonna get started. All right, and I've got 2 blocks of clam chum and 4 large squid. Alright, just getting started here. Squid's frozen. I've thawed a little bit. I'm drifting at the moment. I marked some stuff. I've got some marks here on my fish finder from where I've had the fish before, so I've got a starting point. Just want to establish that there's something here, and then I'll put the trolling motor down Lock it in, get some chum going. It's always nice to start early in the morning before a lot of boats get out. It's not quite an hour after sunrise. Half ounce looks like it's going to be just fine. Actually, I think this is 3/4 ounce. There we go, something there. As soon as I catch a porgy, I'm going to just stick the motor down. There we go. All right. Not very big. Oh, I'll take that back. That's a good one. All right. Great, good start. Okay. All right, couldn't be easier here. Basically powered up, and yeah, I'm just going to hit the anchor button on the remote, and that's just going to lock it in on my spot, called spot lock, and yeah, that's it, done. So to me, it actually seems kind of silly to come out here and do this kind of fishing and not put chum down, especially considering there'll be quite a few boats in this general area. There aren't yet because it's early, but there'll be a lot of boats, and a lot of them will be chumming. You don't want to be the one not chumming, and you'll get to see why in a bit. All right, and I want to see what's down there, so I've attached an underwater camera to the Chumpot, and down we go. All right, and we'll check in on that Chumpot in a bit. In the meantime, we'll let Chum is getting to do its thing. I'm going to go squid off these other ones and then put the rest back in the cooler, and they should stay frozen. These things are like a rock. Oh, and they're really great quality. So, yeah, this is, to me, the best bait because it really stays on the jig beautifully, catches like crazy, and it's pretty cost effective. All right, this is 3/4 ounces on here, 10-pound test, 28 feet of water. I think the chum's working. And these jigs are S&S John Skinner Blackfish Porgy jigs. If you use regular blackfish jigs for this, the hook's going to be kind of large, but these hooks work great on the porgies, and they're very strong. These are awesome blackfish jigs as well. Hey, looking in on the Chumpot cam. Here we go. This was 8 minutes after the Chumpot went down, and even though that was a frozen block of chum going into 55-degree water, you can see all the little pieces, and it did not take long for these porgies to come in, find the food. And so, yeah, imagine that you're anchored out there with 30 other boats, 40 other boats could be in this area, and you don't have chum, and most of the other boats do. Well, clearly, these fish are drawn into those chum pots, and yeah, you don't want to be the person that doesn't have chum down. So, yep, here they are, and they have, sure enough, sea robins, and oh yeah, the sea robins are really thick in the bay this spring, but Yep, they seem to get worse and worse, more plentiful every year. Yeah, so this is really high quality squid. I like these big local ones, and you can often get them at the bait shops this time of year, and I guess occasionally in a seafood market. But I don't care for those little ones that come in those boxes that you buy in the grocery store. They're just really thin. Something like this is thick, it stays on the hook, and the way this is going to play out, this one squid, I'm going to use just what I have there in my hands, that part. The part that I have up on the top of that board won't get used this trip. And, well, you're going to see how much catching is going to get done. But, yeah, this goes a very long way. I mean, just cut it into thin strips, and you've got a ridiculous amount of bait off of just one squid. And when I say I didn't use the top part there, it was just because I didn't have to. I was able to do the trip entirely off that one bottom piece there by cutting it into strips. Certainly, I could have stripped out those fins and could put tentacles on from the head, and yeah, squid goes a long way. All right, if you listen carefully, you can hear the hum of the trolling motor keeping the boat on the spot. Right species, right size. There we go. There's a peconic porgy. Eee. Okay, I just thread it on there, try to keep it on there well. So look, part of the reason for this trip is simply to get some fresh fish for eating, because right now, this is May 18th, the fluke fishing in the Peconics is just terrible, just terrible. But this I see is kind of a sure thing, so I want to go out, get some nice fillets, and worry about the fluke later. Ooh. And I'm bleeding these things out, and this just improves the meat quality so much, makes the cleaning table beautifully clean. I mean, this was like 5 porgies that were in there, and just look how much blood. I can't even see through it. I thought maybe there could still be something in there. Yeah, I mean, do you want to bring all of that blood home in the meat? I definitely don't. So, yeah, if you do that, you'll definitely see an improvement in the quality. And, hey, these guys are getting thick down there, and they are just pounding on this Chumpot, and yeah, well, it's really doing its thing. Now this is 48 minutes after the Chumpot has gone down. Now you see the difference from the previous clips there. Yeah, Chumpot's empty, basically. because I pulled it up after I saw the fishing just die, and pulled it up. It was completely empty, and yep, this is what it looked like after 48 minutes. And of course, I threw the other block in, put it down, and in less than 10 minutes, yeah, they were right back on it. So yeah, you can tell from the fishing. You'll know when that chum runs out, because it goes from absolute nonstop lock and load. As soon as it hits the bottom, you've got something on it, to yeah, you put it down and you have to wait a little bit. If you have to wait a little bit, yeah, you should be checking your chum pot. All right, an okay sea bass, but it's got to go back. It's out of season. All right, let's catch one real nice porgy and move on and try to catch fluke. Okay, I ended up fishing slightly less than 2 hours for porgies, and I kept 22 large ones. I probably threw back about that same number. I definitely didn't have any that were short. The legal limit is 9 inches, but they were definitely all over that. But I kept the larger ones because they've got the better fillets on them. And like I said, yeah, I'm definitely out here for meat, and because, yeah, fluke fishing isn't looking so good. So, all right, here we go. Yeah, and all those fish were caught on less than 1 squid. Sea bass, maybe? A hell of a big porgy if it's not a sea bass. Here's a big porgy. Ooh, wow. All right, so I motored over to where I usually get fluke, and I spent about 2.5 hours doing that, and what you're going to see is my entire fluke catch. And the surprise of my voice is because I've already caught, like, I don't know, 30 sea robins at least. They cover the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it improves. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. And I would encourage you to check out that online striper surf casting course that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And hey, I've got a wind against current situation here, but I've got the trolling motor, I've got a course set on there, speed dialed in. Cannot use that as an excuse. I have a perfect presentation. Hey. Hey, this is a fluke. This isn't a fluke. I'm going home. Oh boy. That's what they look like. We're off to a terrible start here. Go back, tell your friends about this place.